Alright, this is it. This is the final Splatoon Splatfest. This is hard to believe. Hang on a second though, I'm not getting any audio here. Give me a second. I think I know why. There you go. Alright, now I fixed it. I just had to change a setting here in my monitor. We're good to go. Alright, so now we can actually start things proper. The technical difficulties aside, let's go ahead and jump into some Splatoon. This is it, the final Splatfest of the game, which, to be honest, kind of came out of nowhere. Really, I was thinking after the last Splatfest, which I can't remember the theme at this point. I think it was like Night Owl and then Early Bird for the theme. But this one just came out of nowhere. I was expecting maybe just another simple theme or maybe even another partner theme. But then Nintendo announced that this was going to be the final one, and it's the one that end all, being with Team Callie versus Team Marie here, the two major characters of the game that you see immediately when you boot it up. So I'm sad to see Splatfest ending because, to be honest, now it's going to make getting those squids way harder because Splatfest was the only way you got them. Now you're going to have to spend your money. I never really have to worry because I have 180 of these dang things, so I don't have to worry about any of the sea snails. I'm good to go. But this is it, the final Splatfest here. So let's just look around at its glory for all we can, because after today, this is it. This was actually going on for 2 days. Didn't have a chance to play it yesterday because there's so much extra stuff going on. Don't really want to go into detail about that, but they extended this one extra day, so this is a 48-hour Splatfest in comparison to their usual 24. So that was good they gave people an extra day to do all this. I'm hoping that by the end of tonight I can go ahead and get up to the King rank. I don't know if I'm going to do that on stream, I highly doubt it. I'll do my best. Oh, hello there, Amber. See you there in chat. How you doing today? Just go ahead and take a look at some of these posts before we begin. I almost thought for a second that was an Undertale reference. I mean, last Splatfest I played, I seen one, so I wouldn't be surprised. That's a weird looking drawing of Callie. Just gonna say that. Yeah, I think we've spent enough time admiring the outside. We'll do this again, as always, at the end, so for now, let's just jump right on into things and get this started. You doing good? Oh, that's good to hear. Doing right myself. Thanks for asking. So I played about an hour's worth of the game when I got home after work, so I made up to Defender so far, and I've enjoyed it. It's always a good time. Luckily this time, for the final Splatfest, I feel like it's very half and half, so I feel like I'm always going to be fighting Team Marie, which is good because I don't want to fight my own teammates, so I'm glad that this time around it's not like the last Splatfest where I was fighting my same teammates over and over and over again. That's the one thing about Splatfest I was always upset about when it happened, but it only really happened in certain ones due to themes. Some themes just had a much more popular side, and there's nothing you can do about that. It just kind of happens. And jumping in, you can actually hear the music's different. They're actually playing the same music that I used for the video opening up, which, since this is the final Splatfest, I can actually reveal where I got that video, because I didn't make it. I'm going to give full credit where credit's due, because that was from Nintendo's actual YouTube channel for the first Splatfest, for Team Cat versus Team Dog. I just edited out one thing at the very end, just so it would be a general theme, because to be honest, I really wanted that to be in the game. If that video clip was in the game, that would have been perfect, which is why I play that at the very beginning of every Splatfest. It just makes the most sense. So I got that from Nintendo, and unfortunately this will be the last time we'll get to see it, which is a shame. But my eventual Let's Play of the game will feature Splatfest stuff, so maybe we'll see it again there. You never know. I mean, there's a lot to do when it comes to recording this game, because, oh man, there's single player, which already takes a bit, but then the multiplayer stuff, there's just a lot to coordinate. Since, well, you know, it's multiplayer, you kind of want to have more than yourself, and there's also so many different modes you gotta take account for, so it's an experience. Oh man, don't die immediately here. Pretty bad. Just put down the mine, wait it out, and almost get killed, or actually get killed. I still haven't picked up any of the new weapons in the game, because the last time I bought weapons was like the beginning of the year, I believe, which was before they added all these newer upgraded versions of the previous weapons. So I've not tried out a single one yet. I've just been using my same old stuff. I seriously can't get enough of this theme. This is such a good theme. I mean, the actual music that they play for a normal Splatfest is still really good, but the promotional theme for Splatfest was so amazing, and unfortunately it wasn't anywhere in the soundtrack. I'm hoping one of the two Callie Marine amiibos actually have it, because I haven't tapped those into the game yet. I do own them. I haven't tried them yet. From what I've seen, really all they do is just give you music to listen to, so if you don't own them, it's not too big of a deal. But I wanted to have them just because I want the Splatoon amiibos. Really, the only ones I don't own at this point are the... Oh, almost died from that. The only ones I don't own at this point are the recolors of the two kids and the squid, which, to be honest, I really just want the squid. But I'll probably end up picking up the 3-pack eventually for that, just to have all of them. Because they don't do anything different, they just look different. Man, that Ian kid wasn't the greatest, which really helped for me. But we really have to push this. This is going to be a really close game in the end. Oh, get away, get away. Not good. I didn't want to blow my load so early, but I'm going to have to. I have to launch that ink strike now. I think they still won. Even after that, it won't matter. Oh, yeah, and especially with that. That just made my ink strike entirely pointless. Well, kind of, since they missed with half of it. Oh, yeah, that was nowhere near what we got. They just annihilated us. Well, looks like I was the second best on the team, so I pulled my weight, which is always good. You gotta pull that weight. My shirt's about ready to get in their level up, so I'm wondering what I'm gonna get from the next roulette. Hopefully it's something really useful. Also, can you like load today? I had a match earlier where right at the very end, they're giving me the results. They haven't gotten to this screen yet. And in the middle results, just communication errored me out. Kind of like that. You couldn't have timed that any better now, couldn't you, video game? I was not doing that on purpose. Wow. You gotta love when unintentional stuff happens like that. Alright, well, I guess now we're getting new teammates already. You know, eventually. Ah, there we go. Ink Rainbow, I just knows that guy's name. Well, I'd like to see Rainbow in the design of an Inkling. That'd be hilarious, actually. But I can kind of see it. So, fun thing about these maps, these were actually user voted. Nintendo put out a little survey to people playing Splatoon, asked them, what maps, out of all the maps in the game, would you like to see in the final Splatfest? And people got to vote on them. I never got the email for some reason, but it was sent out via email if you're signed up for like Nintendo newsletters. So, these levels were all picked by the users of Splatoon. So, some levels I really do improve of, like Kelp Dome. Others I don't, like Mori Tower, since that's still my least favorite map in the entire game. It's just way too big. It really is. But, ooh, gotta get away from that mess. Killer whales and bombs. I don't know, but I'm gonna say that's overkill. Just calling that one a hunch. Come on. I was hoping I was gonna get you before you got away. What are you doing over here? Oh, that was actually pretty clever. He actually used his little funnel there to protect himself. I'm very surprised that worked. Normally, it doesn't. Oh, not again with this. Can I get the guy first? Man, you're really able to move around fast. Let's put this ink strike right in the middle. Oh, come on. You're barely alive. Where'd he go? Jeez. That guy swam really fast. He's probably still nearby, and I'll probably get sniped because of that, but I'm just gonna have to move on for now. Sometimes you can't just dwell on the one random dude. Worth it. Just seriously, I could not time that any better. It was worth it. Well, so far we can keep up this lead, we'll win. Let's just see how long we can keep it. That's always the question. Because it's either you'll do a really good job and keep up, or you're going to have a major problem at the very end and lose it by like 1%. Which is the norm. It happens to me more often than it should in Splatoon. But to be honest, we're doing really good in comparison to their team. Like, we're covering their base and everything, and they're barely really fighting back, so... I can say right now that our team is probably just flat out better in coordination, which is always good. Yeah, that guy can just have fun with my teammate. I'm just gonna cover everything else. Well, didn't see that coming until it was too late. But we still won, so it's not a big deal. Wow, that wasn't even a competition. Like, I knew it was going to be a pretty big victory, but that was like a landslide victory. Alright, let's see. What do we get? What do we get? Something good? Eh. Special saver? Or is that special? Or I can't remember what it is anymore. It's been a while since I last played Splatoon. Either way, sub weapon saver, there we go. It works, but with my weapon, I don't use my sub that much, so... Yay! Man, our team better watch out, because we got the Worminator. It's like the Terminator with a worm head or something. Which, I don't know, but I think I might have seen a parody of Terminator with something similar. So that doesn't sound far off, as funny as that sounds. Alright, back to Kelp Dome again. This is honestly one of my favorite maps in Splatoon, so I'm glad that this made it in the final Splatfest. Especially when you have the right weapon for Turf War, this map can just give you so many points. Especially when my teammates have an arrow spray on it, which is good. 2 arrow sprays always makes this a lot better. Actually, now listening to the song, it sounds like they re-recorded it a little bit because I'm hearing some more things in the song that I didn't hear in that promo video. So I wouldn't be surprised. A couple days after they announced this Splatfest, I heard that in Japan that they had a concert for it, so maybe some of this music is also from the concert, like the recording of it. You never know. I mean, I don't think this is a live recording, because I would hear more of a crowd instead of a simulator crowd, but I wouldn't be surprised if they re-recorded this song just for this final Splatfest and then that concert. Because companies normally do something like that. If they're going to do something special, they'll re-record a song and then re-release it or something. So that makes sense. Let's just cover all this up. Oh, good. They got bubbles. That's great. I mean, it's good that I know this early on like this. And by early, I mean like halfway through the game, but it's good that I know now before I confront one of them and then they bubble up. So I'll just have to be careful. Let's just cover this up as much as possible before I get sniped. I don't even remember when they came in my base here. I don't think I've seen anyone come this way. but we'll just clean up anyways. Man, it's not a total annihilation like last time, but at least my team is keeping it consistently cleaned up, which does help for comeback purposes. It's just this time, it's a big mess on the map. Like, if you can see my map, like right now, it'd be just, like I said, it's a big spread out of a mess between my team and their team. So, yeah, I do wish there was an easy way to actually show gamepad footage without spending like $300+ on a mod just for the gamepad. It is what it is. That's why I wish more systems that had like portable versions like this would have some kind of video output. And that's like one of my favorite things about the PSP systems. If you have a PSP 2000 or later, even the Go, you can output that picture to your television. Mind you, it's kind of like zoomed in or zoomed out at times, but it's still something. And it's like the only handheld I know that does something like that. Everything else I know you either have to mod the system to get the output or get some kind of special adapter for like a different system, like a Game Boy player, for example. Also, you can just go away, Hubert. Thank you. Man, I don't know who's gonna win. I think it's them. Oh no, it was us. That looks more like green on the map than purple, so I thought it was gonna be Team Marie. That works. Yeah, going back to what I was talking about, I just wish more systems like this that have a separate screen or, you know, portable in general, have video outputs, because not only is it easy to record from, but just makes things more convenient for long play sessions. My major complaint about the Wii U, I don't think I ever mentioned this in my original review of the system as a whole, but my major complaint is that some games, when you're looking between the television and the gamepad, it can get just a little confusing at times, and also it just is an eye strainer. Like for someone like myself, I wear glasses for long distance, so I'm sitting on the couch using glasses for watching television, then I have to take them off with the gamepad, because if I look that close with glasses on, it'll give me a headache. So the gamepad isn't really well designed for people with vision like me. And having like a video output for that, just like to put both images on the same screen, that'd be great. But you can't really do that unless you spend $300+ on a capture mod that's only on a computer. So that's kind of disappointing. Alright, so here we go, Mori Towers. Let's just hope there's not a lot of snipers. But I'm noticing today, when there are snipers on this map, they haven't been consistently killing people, which is good. Like a lot of times if I'm seeing a sniper today, it's been like a Swiffer, which aren't the greatest for long distance. And for a sniper, that just doesn't make sense. But, you know, it's a thing. Oh, get up there. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and use the Ink Strike over here, as you can see. Oh no, that was one of us. Every time I hear the cracking noise, it's not me. I just run away. Just out of instinct. Alright, let's get... Oh! Nope. I was gonna say, let's jump onto the platform and climb our way around while inking it up, and then I missed. So that didn't work out. Alright, teammate, you can go that way, I'll go up. Which looks like, yeah, there is someone up here. Luckily, I can climb up here and then do a sneak attack. Well, I was gonna do a sneak attack, but then I got snuck up upon. I didn't know that guy was up there. Also, whenever I'm trying to like stream this game with my setup, it's still a little harder to see the gamepad. Even with a mic stand setup, it's still kind of a pain because I kind of look past the microphone. So yeah, I don't always look down at my gamepad when I'm streaming this game because it's kind of a pain to keep on doing that. I have to lift up in front of my head, which means I can't see the monitor I'm playing on. It's just kind of a mess. But it works. I mean, that's the most important thing. Yeah, I'm nowhere near that. Oh, we'll see you later. I don't know if that guy realized this, but he couldn't fly. So you don't jump off a cliff. I think what he meant to do was jump on the slope, but he missed horribly. Do a little quick turnaround, which I love being able to do that without having motion controls on. With motion controls on, the Y button recenters your camera, but with them off, you do a 180 turnaround, which is so useful. And I hear like nobody talking about that trick. It's such a useful trick if you're just playing with standard controls, but nobody I know really realizes it or just knows of its existence. Alright, so that's a pat back up in case we need it. Actually, oh, just put that down. Never mind, I was gonna say, let me put down my mine, shoot off my strike, and then head back near the base, and then that didn't work out. Also, that teammate jumping actually screwed over my momentum there. I couldn't move. Which I don't know why that normally doesn't happen. But whatever. So yeah, we horribly lost this. Like, we were doing okay until like the last 15 seconds. That's when we start to lose a lot of stuff. Hello there, Matt. How you doing today? Well, let's go ahead and change up the music while we're here in the waiting room. Let's see. Let's play the normal Splatfest team because we don't really hear that much. Don't remember which one it is. I think it's... Is it this? Yep, here we go. Ink Me Up. This is the normal Splatfest theme, so hearing this new theme that they put in just for this Splatfest alone, man, it's so good. But the original is still pretty good too. Unfortunately, we don't get to hear it long because the game kind of matched in like, what, 5 seconds? I think that was 5 seconds, somewhere around there by the time it got the rest of my teammates. You doing alright? It's good to hear. I'm doing alright myself. Thanks for asking, Matt. Wait, do we have a sniper? Ooh, we do. And it's an actual sniper from what you can see, not a Swiffer, so this is going to be interesting. And also, do we know where we're going, guys? Like, coordination, it's key. Even without voice chat, you can kind of realize if a guy is moving forward, you probably should go a different direction. Like, it should be common sense at that point. It seems like a lot of Splatoon players have an issue with that. Alright, so I see a beacon set up right here from an enemy. Oh, well now I'm found out, so I can't really do too much sneaking. Oh, I didn't realize it was a squelcher. I was going to try to just go around, but with a squelcher, you don't have nearly as much time to react. I haven't seen a squelcher in a while, so I'm surprised to see one now. Last time I seen someone play as a squelcher was a few months ago. You don't really see many squelchers anymore. It's still a pretty good weapon, it's just that the only problem with him is the long range is alright, but it's not as good as you would think it is, and a lot of times that can get you killed. It's happened to me at least, where I realize the range isn't as good when it's too late. No, I was aiming too far down. Really? Really? You're just gonna ink up the base like that with no care in the world? Just really? Well, I guess since I was right there, it worked out for me. More points for my my side. Alright, well, he's coming near. I'm gonna launch my ink strike and get ready to fight. Or not, because my teammate's good. And then my teammate decides, hey, he's going that way. Let me follow him. No. You go another way. Oh, I just seen on the map there's a beacon literally right here and I couldn't extract it. I was way too close for comfort. Now let's get rid of that beacon, heal up, and we're good to go. Oh, he wasn't close enough. Well, my teammate's dead. Or he can also kill the other one. Well, that's good. I'm surprised he was able to do that, to be honest. Alright, let's just hurry because we only have, like, what, 13 more seconds at the time I say this? Gotta move. That teammate can have fun. We gotta do as much coverage as we can, especially with me, because I have an ink strike I'm about ready to get. Ah, crap. I was about ready to hit it, but no. You had to just come and whack me at the last possible second. That would have been a lot closer, to be honest. If that didn't happen in the end. If I was able to get out that strike, we might have even won that. So that was a good play by that guy in the end. I don't remember his name now. You're forgettable. Oh, thanks for tweeting out the stream there, Amber. Appreciate that. I just seen the tweet. Nightwing. Huh. I guess Gotham City is A-okay right now for him to play Splatfest. I mean, I thought Batman would make him, you know, fight crime more, but nah, Nightwing's just here playing Splatoon. You know, it'd be something if that actual Nightwing person is like literally dressed up as Nightwing playing the game. He just really wanted to get into character. That'd be hilarious. Nightwing got reassigned to Inkopolis. Man, that was a downgrade. Because to be honest, nothing happens in Inkopolis. Like, when is there actual crime here outside of the big thing that happened at the very beginning of the game of, oh no, the giant catfish was stolen. Like, after that thing was returned, nothing really happens here. I think that's more like a vacation for Nightwing than anything else if he was reassigned here. Oh, heal up, and now see if I can get him. Come on, get back out here. Be stupid. You're being kind of stupid. And he's fleeing. He can't get away from me. I was gonna say, I got an arrow spray, but I think he had one too, so that point is very invalid. Alright, let's place the ink strike over on the right side. That area is still covered up in green. Let's make my way backwards. Callie the queen. Nope. She's the queen of the queens. Get it right. Oh, gotta get the brush before he does that. If you catch a brush off guard, oh man, that really helps. Really nowhere place to put this outside their base area. Ooh, that was bad timing. I'm actually glad my teammate killed the brush as fast as he did. And that brush is persistent. Keeps on coming back to the center. It's not working out, but at least he's trying. Let me just cover up his little path and his giant explosion. Gotcha off guard, Daniel. That's why I love going slow. Ninja Squid's still probably one of the most useful abilities, but it's situational at times, so just barely nudging forward in the joystick just feels just as good at times. Alright, let me jump, because really, there's nothing here. I'd waste some time. And we only have a handful of seconds here. I'm so glad I jumped out here after I seen that. There's a lot to clean up. I mean, we still got this in the bag, but... Oh, I could have killed you. Well, get to survive for another day. Oh, now I seen your tweet about the stream, Matt. What? It's like all my friends now just tweeting out the stream. It's like, hey, I haven't talked to you in a couple months. I don't know if you're alive or not, but hey, he's streaming. It's the trend. I love it. Thanks for the tweet. Let's play some more of that Ink Me Up. Oh, play the song. There we go. Sometimes it gets a little touchy when you're trying to play a song on here. So, I guess while we're waiting, I'll go ahead and ask the chat, what was your favorite Splatfest out of all of the Splatfest themes? Whether it be just because of the theme itself, or how much fun you had playing it. Because if I had to separate the two themes I just talked about, if it was the fun factor, it's the first Splatfest. Because that one, I played non-stop all day long when that one launched on July 4th last year. I loved that Splatfest. It was just a good time, because I was in a Splatoon high at the time, so I just got the game. So I really enjoyed it. But my favorite in terms of theme, in terms of theme, is the Pokemon one. I just seen your comment about that in the chat, saying that was your favorite as well, Matt. The Pokemon one was probably my favorite in theme next to the Transformers one. The two themed ones we got here for sponsorships, those I think were really good. And they were very half and half as well with the team, so they were a lot of fun to play. So, I really do enjoy the Splatfest in general, but I'm just so sad to see that it only really stuck around for a year. Which at this rate is just more evidence that Wii U is pretty much dead. They're really trying to just give it as much extra time they can for this year, and then after that, it's NX or nothing. Which is sad to see, but I can understand why Nintendo's doing this. It's pretty much like the Virtual Boy in their console market. They're just trying to do what they can, but then move on from there, which I can understand. But it is a sad day to see something like this getting 100% support now pretty much dropped. Because now you're just going to have the servers open to play multiplayer with the maps changing out and the modes, and that's pretty much it. No new weapons, no new stages, and the one theme I thought was going to stick around for a while, Splatfest, now it's gone. So that's very sad to see, but the year that I've got to play the Splatfest, I played every single one of them, whether it be for a couple hours or maybe just a couple minutes. I've enjoyed what I've played, because Splatoon itself is just a good time. And just having an extra theme like this gives you more of an incentive to play the game. Whether you're doing it by yourself, or you have a group of friends to talk to while going through the event, it just gives you another reason to come back to the game, which is sad to say that now it's just mainly going to be a big reason for me to come back to this with friends, since I won't have the theme to come back to now. I'll just have to be in the mood. Just sad. But at least the Splatoon theme going on for Splatfest won't fully go away, since with the Callie and Maria amiibos, it looks like when you tap them in, they do a little concert that's pretty much the exact same as when Splatfest is happening, so you won't lose that in Inkopolis, but like I said, I'd love to see the theme stay around. I would love to see a sequel of this game on the NX. Make a Splatoon 2, I'd be very happy about that. I mean, don't call it that, because that'd be stupid. Just, you can easily make a pun name of this. Splatoon, I've been hearing a lot of people throw around, which, to be honest, that would work. I don't know how you would spell that to make it different, but it would work. The only thing I can think of for spelling is put a 2 where the O's would be in Splatoon. But I would love to see him do another game and then bring back a lot of the elements that really worked in this game, like the Splatfest, and just have it going for longer than a year. Because if they can do that, then this will be a game that will last the entire console generation. And I wish this was able to last longer than it did. But this game was a huge hit. Everyone was skeptical at first, not really thinking the game was going to be that great. Like when they first seen it, they were enjoying it, but after seeing it so long, E3 2014, people kind of getting sick of seeing the same thing, myself included. So it was a nice treat to see what the game was. So if they do another sequel to this game, you know, make a new game, I would love to see that, and I want this event to come back. This has to be a thing in Splatoon 2. It just has to be. But if we have to end it, I am glad though that we're ending it with Callie and Marie as the final choices here, which everyone pretty much seen coming from the very beginning, just because, like, what else do you end it on? That's like the biggest note to end this kind of a mode on. So it made sense for them to do that. If they didn't do this, I would have been confused, but at this point, it's just the biggest thing. Which character do you prefer more in this game? Do you prefer Callie, or do you prefer Marie, since they both have their own personalities? I chose Callie just because from day one, I liked her personality a little bit more. She was more upbeat and peppy. Marie wasn't as peppy as Callie. Like, sometimes she sounded more down than happy in some of her comments, but I still like them both very much. If I just had to choose one or the other, it's just going to be Callie. So, hopefully Team Callie will win the Splatfest. We'll find out some point tomorrow, because the Splatfest does end here in just like a few hours. Like, I think it's 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday, and it's 7:30 at right now here. So, yeah, that's a couple hours. That's more than enough time to get to the final rank if I play all night. But, you know, it's sad to see it go. I just don't know at this point if Nintendo's gonna just give you another way to get the sea snails, since that was a thing you can only get in a Splatfest, or they're just gonna leave them to this event and at this point make them unattainable. I would love to see if you can obtain them outside of this mode, because having them unattainable at this point will be kind of dumb for new players. If you just buy the game now after the Splatfest is over, you'll never get that item if you can't get them after Splatfest or just over like this. You have to spend the money in the game, which when re-rolling or getting new slots on gear, it's super expensive. It's like 30,000 gold coins, which is a lot of coins. So yeah, that's for new players. I know it's going to make things a lot harder. Wonder if Wall is excited about the Waluigi amiibo. Wah. Which I'm not going to be getting at this point. I wanted to, but the pre-orders are entirely gone, which sucks. 'Cause by the time I found out, they were all sold out. People went crazy about that thing. November has a crap ton of stuff coming out now, because holy crap, there's the NES Mini, the amiibos. I know some games coming out that month, but I don't remember what off the top of my head now. But there's so much coming out in November. It's just gonna be a really hard season this holiday. It's just gonna be so many things you have to debate. What can I afford and what can I really get right now? Because there's gonna be so many things. I have no idea. I'm half tempted to pick up an NES Mini when that comes out, because I like the idea of the portable console, and some games on that system I don't own. But at the same time, I'm like, I need to see more what the NES Mini is, because if that thing's gonna have the same brightness as the Virtual Console games, you just turned me off right there, because I don't like the brightness of NES Virtual Console. It's very, very dark. When I first got the games on the Wii, I didn't mind as much because I was playing it on an old CRT TV, which was pretty bright. But nowadays on an LCD TV, no matter how bright it is, it's still kind of dark. And that's the problem with a lot of Virtual Console titles. So if it's like that, that kind of turns me off. So far, it's not looking that way. They're looking like the games are playing their original colors, which is good. I seriously don't know why they changed that for the console release. Get the handhelds, but the consoles, really? So I need to see more about the NES Mini before I can really be sold on it. So far, it looks good, but I don't know if it's worth my $60. To be honest, I want the controller more than anything else, because it's supposed to work as a classic controller, which I would love to have that for my NES games on Virtual Console, or even emulating them on the Wii if there's some games I want to play that are not on Virtual Console, because I sometimes do that. If there's a game I own on the cart and it's not on the Virtual Console, I'll just load up one of my Wii emulators for NES games and then just play from there, because it's a lot more convenient, plays in higher quality, and it looks a lot better than hooking up an NES to an LCD TV, because that looks like garbage nowadays, unless you mod it. If you mod it for the right connectors, it looks great. If you don't, it looks horrendous. Alright, let me go ahead and launch this Ink Strike over here. And then we could just easily push right through into their base. As long as we don't die. It's always a key. Oh, well, now it's time to move back because I had the exact same idea. I was hoping to get enough for an ink strike in the end, and if they didn't use their own ink strike, I maybe could have got to that point. I think we still won by a good chunk. Oh yeah, that wasn't very much of a competition in the end. That was almost a 20% difference. So, yeah, I didn't need to worry at all. Yeah, I'm just about ready to hit champion, and also about ready to get my final gear unlock for my t-shirt. Or my final ability, I should say, not gear unlock. That doesn't even sound right. I wish now, because the Splatfests are officially ending, that we actually get to keep the t-shirts. That was my major complaint originally, and it's still here for some reason. Like, guys, it's over. We literally cannot play this mode ever again because you're stopping. Let me keep the t-shirt for once. It's not gonna hurt. It's literally the same kind of t-shirt you can buy already in the game. So in terms of coding, it's not gonna change anything. Just let me keep it as a nice memento. Can't even do that. They're taking it away. Say, nope, we're gonna have to just take this back. I'm sorry. We could just put this in the vault so no one can get. And it's very disappointing. I seen that this time Nintendo was selling, or at least I think it might have been Nintendo, it might have been someone else with their approval, but I've seen the Callie and Marie shirt design actually being sold, which is pretty cool. So there's physical shirts out there for the Splatfest, which is really, really cool. But I would love to keep the one in the game because, like I said, it's a nice souvenir. But that's not the case, which is very disappointing. Yeah, my teammate's going right where I put my ink strike, but to be honest, this does help because he's going right towards the enemy base. And that's where my ink strike's going, so that does help. Oh, of course. I'm just gonna hide over here until it runs out. Well, that didn't work out nearly as well as I was hoping. I got some damage in, but that wasn't nearly enough to actually make a difference. If I don't hurry, he's gonna get back up the bubble state right next to the base. Well, hopefully that guy can take him out with the Inkzuka. I don't know if he did. Oh no, he didn't. Where's there a new? Yep, there's a new one. There's so much going on. Oh, well, I'm safe up here because that Kraken can't climb up to this this great area. Even if you try, it'll fall right through anyways. Alright, hurry up before I get killed, and here come Bubbles, so get away. Just get as far away as I can. Well, that was a terrible timing. Any terrible timing? Really? I can grammar. That was just terrible timing. That's correct. Well, I hope he didn't notice me because I can actually get away for his... Oh yeah, there we go. He didn't notice me, so I was hoping I was able to get away before his bubble ran out and then sneak up right when it did. That way he would be seriously off guard. So that worked really well in my favor. Well, that was not good. And he had a bubble ready anyway, so it wouldn't matter if I did some sick dodging skills, it just would have killed me. So, yeah. Okay, gotta hurry because we only got a couple more seconds. I want more points. Well, at least I killed him and got more points. Ooh, I might actually get some last second points right here. It was like 15 at the most. Probably wasn't even that. It's probably more like 5. But we still won, even with that push in the end. Wow, barely did though. That got a lot closer than it should have. It's a little scary. But we still win. So, I'm fine. Don't need to worry about anything at that point. Champion! 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 Kind of forgot that was going to happen with the next win. Kind of got surprised there. But now, there's only probably 3 more hours of the game before I get the king. Jeez. That's the problem. Once you got to the champion level, it takes forever to get to the king level because there's just so much more that you have to do. It's ridiculous. That 99, it feels like, you know, maybe within an hour you can get to that with a lot of wins. Even with that, good luck. It's a long stretch. Because at this point, the most points you can get out of a match is 7. Because you get that 5 for the victory and 2 for inking up a certain amount of the map. So, factor that in, that still takes a long time. Oh, that's 2 week ban. I thought that person's name was 2 week break. Like, what? Okay, that's oddly specific. Even with the 2 week ban, that's oddly specific. Oh man, we got a brush on our team. We gotta really make up for his performance if he doesn't know how to use it. Because if you know how to use that thing proper, I've seen some really good brush players. If you don't, they're like one of the worst things in the entire game. So please be good. I almost thought for a second I wasn't gonna make that. You always gotta take a risk when you do these leaps of faith here in this map. So I'm glad I actually did make all those jumps. Alright, let's use the Ink Strike right here in the very beginning area. Oh, I actually killed someone. That was close. That killer whale couldn't have come at the worst time. Oh, teammate rip. I'm gonna fall down here. And I'm just gonna retreat. Let me just put that there in case I follow. I'm surprised that worked. Normally that does not. You know, if you weren't a Kraken, he would have been mine, right? Oh, almost gotcha. I could still easily kill him. You know, if I can find him first. Ah, the sprinkler got me there. I was hoping... Oh no, he got me through the platform, okay. I was gonna just hide behind there, launch the Ink Strike, and then just continuously attack him more, but... whatever works. I mean... That honestly shouldn't have, but whatever. It's not too big of a deal since we're easily wrecking their team here. Like, look at that point difference so far. If you look at the map, only like this segment right here we're going through is covered in their ink. Also, this is just a cluster of all of the green. I'm gonna die, aren't I? Let's put this down. I cannot believe that worked. The last time I think the old jump down, put a mine trick worked was like almost a year ago for me. Like, it's been that long since that trick worked in the game. It's ridiculous. People just expect it at this point, whether they have the bomb sniffing ability or not. They just expect it. So I'm surprised that works. Ooh, don't go up any further. That spells death. can easily make this last ink strike count and get an overkill score. So we'll easily be able to win this. Oh, well, never mind. I guess I'm not using the ink strike. I mean, we still won by a good chunk, but I was thinking I could kill him before he revs up his gun. Nope. That didn't happen. Oh, wow. Exactly 50%. I can't remember the last time I've got a score like that in this mode. That is seriously rare. Alright, 1 win down to get the king. 1 million more to go. Yeah, I'm not going to make any promises. But we're only about an hour into the stream and already at this point, so I'm going to do my best to get to the king rank on stream. If I feel fatigued and want to take a break or something, I might do that. Or if I just want to cut stream and just do it offline for like concentration purposes, I might do that. But I'm going to get that king tonight. As long as nothing stupid happens, which for me that could actually easily happen, then I should easily be able to get the king at this rate. So we'll do our best. If we get on stream, then we do, and that'll be great. If we don't, we got close. I mean, if I try going to king, that'll make the stream longer than my normal Splatfest streams. Usually, the Splatfest streams I did in the past were about 1.5 hours to 2 hours long. It's a nice condensed way of seeing it back, and by condensed I mean it's still kind of long, but for live streaming, that's more condensed than what I usually see. Normally I see people go live and they're streaming for like 5 hours, so 2 hours is kind of condensed now on Twitch. It's going to depend on how I feel, the game, and just what's going on in the stream in general for how long I'll actually stream. I could easily stream for 5+ hours, but it's going to seriously depend on what's going on in multiple levels. Something like this, it's special, I can easily push that. But obviously it's not going to take me 5 hours to get the king. If it does, there's some problems here. Some major problems. Let's just put it right over here. I was going to put the strike right in the middle of the map, but that wouldn't have been nearly as helpful. Ooh, I killed Granola. Yeah, you don't want to kill that. Granola's actually pretty good. Ooh, this is like the worst spot. I'm surprised I lived, being ran between 2 bombs. The suction bombs are like the worst things to get in between too, because their blast radius is huge. So that really was surprising. Oh, that minigun. Oh, it's a Hydra. Okay, so it's even worse. Yeah, it's better just to climb down. All my teammates are getting attacked, or pretty close to enemies at least, so if I can kill... No, I'm not able to kill him. Oh, that guy's, yeah, bomb rushing. Let's just do that. I mean, you can bomb rush me as much as you want, but ink strike, I'll force you out of there. Even though he killed me, it still worked. Oh, sorry, she, because it's a girl squid. Can't be sexist. I mean, half the time it could actually be a guy, so I don't know who's actually behind that controller. It could be he, could be she. Which always makes you feel weird when you're saying that about someone you're playing with online. Like, a lot of times you want to default to they. Hey, teammate, don't go booyah right now. We're not even doing anything, we're climbing down. Well, I almost gave him the run around, but at least my carbon roller friend took care of him. Let's go ahead and jump to the teammate that's near the bottom. That almost actually pushed me off the cliff, too. That's a little too close for comfort. I was hoping to put down my mine. We're in danger, I was gonna say. It doesn't look like we're gonna win, but then once I seen that, that just confirmed it. There's a lot of work we need to do. A lot of work. Oh, really? Really? That's why I was clicking the stick, because I was so close to getting the ink strike. I was hoping I was going to get it right before the game ended. No, I get it when the game ended. Insult to injury much. I mean, it wouldn't have helped all too much, because even with the ink strike covering a lot, it still wouldn't have got us the win. That wasn't close enough for the win to be stolen. Would have been nice. Nope. Okay, anytime game, you can just load up the next set of menus, please. Anytime would be great. Thank you! Jeez, took 5,000 years, but we finally got to the start over menus. Or the next game menus, not start over. Yeah, it's kind of like starting over. You're playing again, so close enough. Man, do we not know where we're going? Yeah, even my teammates are turning around. Like, I'm gonna go. No, I'm gonna go this way. No, I'm gonna go this way. Like, make up your mind, guys. Oh, gee. Oh, that was way too close for comfort. The last possible part of that ledge, that just makes me have a heart attack. I don't want to land that close to the edge ever again. Oh, he bucketed me in the air. That's the worst feeling. Getting sloshed in midair is the worst. Wow, my teammates are like super imprecise. There's so much patches of normal ground here. There's so many points. It's not like you gotta be OCD to completely fill it up. No, you guys just missed a huge chunk of our base, which is easy points. How do you do that, guys? It's like one of the most important things you should do in the beginning of a match. Clean your base immediately up. Make it fully your color. Don't skip a bit. They skipped like a huge chunk. Not just a bit. That actually could have easily determined the game. Like, if we win just because of that patch, or lose just because of it, yeah, that's a game changer right there. And they just ignored it. Had a feeling. Oh, I'm gonna get bumped off. Well, at least we killed each other. Maybe with the arrow spray, you killed me that easily? Even with the power-ups, I don't think that should have happened. Whoa, that was close. And he killed himself, so we're good. It's not much. Well, because you're ink striking near my base, I'll ink strike back. It's a good thing I hesitated, actually. I easily cleaned it right up and look at the map, and it's perfect. So it's like their ink strike never launched at all. Gotta be careful, because there's probably one of their teammates nearby. This is freshly green. It was just here and it wasn't like this, so they're nearby. Look at the map. They're like right next to me. Where are you? Oh, there they were. Up a little higher. I was right about the next to me part, though. Just scary. So was that. I didn't think it was going to be in front of my face when I got up there. Alright, well, they're still pretty close. My teammate there can do whatever he can with the guy while I clean up his mess. I should have enough for an ink strike, too. Yep, there it is. And go. just hearing that bomb in the distance. I see the squid girl just dancing up there with her Inksuka. It's like, yeah, don't mind me. I'm just gonna do a little dance here with my rocket launcher. You know, to be honest, it looked like we were gonna win that game for the longest. So I'm very surprised we lost by 3%. Especially in the end when our meter was a little bit bigger than theirs for quite some time. They must have took it back within the last like 5-second mark. Because it was not that close before. It's ridiculous. Okay, seriously, come on. What the heck are with the servers right now? They're just getting super slow all of a sudden. Like, that usually happens during the Splatfests, but it didn't happen earlier, so I'm kind of surprised it's happening to me all of a sudden now. It's kind of annoying, to be honest. If I remember correctly, this was actually one of the maps in the first Splatfest. I can remember some of the stuff about the first Splatfest, and I do remember this being one of the maps. I actually do have a good amount of footage from the first Splatfest because I figured, you know, if I do a Splatoon Let's Play in the future, I'll probably need footage of this mode since it's once in a while kind of an event. And I'm glad, especially now, I have that footage because, yeah, if I want to actually cover the game, I need the footage. I'll never be able to get it again. So having a live stream archives also does help for that reason. So if I ever wanted to, I could just go back to those videos and just see what maps were used in the first Splatfest. Or, you know, I could just Google it because there's like a database out there for all the Splatfest info. I think it's like the official Splatoon wiki has like all of the Splatfest information up you need, going over like who won each one for all 3 territories, the European territories, Japanese, and North American ones. And then it also goes over like the point differences, the what else? The maps for each one. Like they go over a lot of detail in that Splatoon wiki about the Splatfest, so that really helped for archiving the event. Listen, this team strategy they have of slowing us down, using the killer whales at the right time like this, and then just rushing in, it's really working out in their favor. So this is going to be a lot harder to take back. Gotta push it extremely hard. Gotta push it real good. Because every time we push it, we're going right back in danger. I did not think that would hit me. That slowdown bomb was nowhere near me. I'm surprised that actually hit. Like, the blast radius shouldn't have expanded as far as it did. I am shocked. Get out of there fast. I'm gonna put this down because we're probably gonna need it. Oh, come on. Well, that works. We might actually be able to take this at the last moment. We just pushed him in danger. If we can take this, that will be a Splatfest miracle. Well, it's a Christmas miracle, but it's July. I mean, Christmas in July kind of happens. Best Buy's having a sale right now in July, but it's called Black Friday, so yeah, crazier stuff can happen. To be fair, marketing doesn't care. They'll call whatever thing's going on, whatever they want, no matter what time of the year it is. So, you know, Black Friday in July actually doesn't sound as far-fetched as it used to now. Black Friday isn't even Friday anymore here in the States, so again, it's not as far-fetched as it used to be. But hey, we won that by a good 30%. while a good chunk of that game, we were in the danger. So that was a really good comeback. Come on, load faster, game. This game ridiculous now. Seriously, can I let you just stop playing the Splatfest just for a little bit? Because I kind of want to have my servers less clogged up and load a little bit faster. That'd be great. I mean, this is everyone's complaint with Pokemon Go right now. It's like, hey, can less people play the game so I can actually play the game? You know, a lot of people just joke around saying that, but you know what? That would actually work. If less people were on the server, so it would make the game a lot more stable for most. That will never happen because it's Pokemon, and it's a mobile game. Put those two together, and you're printing money. Which so far it seems to be doing so. So I guess that's working. And after the stream, I think I'm gonna see if I can find like a rip of this song and download it, because this was not part of the Splatoon OST I downloaded. I need to re-download a Splatoon OST because the one I have on my computer now doesn't have the new music that they added last year in the August update. So I do need to get an updated soundtrack, but I don't even think the official one has this on there. So I would need to find this somewhere and actually download it manually. I mean, it's kind of funny because I felt like that was the same problem I had with my Freedom Planet soundtrack when I got that. Not the physical one, I just mean the ones that I got digitally. Because when I got my soundtrack digitally, I got it via Humble Bundle when I bought a bundle there, and it came with Freedom Planet. Also came with a download version, DRM one. And then it also came with the soundtrack, but the soundtrack for some reason didn't have the Invincibility theme on it. So I had to download that separately, and Splatoon's probably going to be one of those cases as well for this specific song. So, it's weird. Hello there, Hyper Kirby. How are you doing today? Oh, no, get away. I mean, I'm surprised he didn't die by that guy, but his friend back here could be some trouble. Especially when he brings a brush. That's even worse. How am I doing? I'm doing good. Thanks for asking there, Hyper Kirby. Hey, get back here. You're not done what you get. Yep, I'm really enjoying this final Splatfest. I am still sad to see that this is the final one, but so far this is probably one of my favorites just because I'm loving the atmosphere even more than normal. Just because of the song difference. Plus, it's been pretty consistent here for what's going on. Been always fighting the other team, which is a miracle at times. Oh, Zapper. I mean, even if I didn't get killed by the Zapper, I think the Dino Roller would have got me. Yeah, this is going to be a really close game if we can win this. There's going to be a huge push we need to make. But a Zapper nearby, that's not a good time. Oh, nice double kill, teammate. If we can get more of that right now, that'd be great. Because we need lots more of, one, wiping them out, and two, clearing their ink trails. There's a lot of ink trails. Alright, man, if I can actually get a strike in the end, that would be great, but I know that can't happen. Like, even if I killed that guy and lived, I wouldn't have had enough for a strike. That would have really helped. I think we lost. Yeah, if I did get a strike in the end, we might have got a little bit closer, but I don't even think that would have saved the game. That was very close. Not very close, but yeah, it's close enough. Oh, hallelujah. Thank God. I just got a thing going off my phone. It was been something. I actually was about ready to email this guy about this. So I tweeted about this about 2 weeks ago. I ordered a replacement case for both Rare Replay and Gears of War Ultimate Edition on the Xbox One. I got my replacement case from Gears within like a week. It was pretty fast. The guy was really good with shipping it. The problem with the Rare Replay case is it never shipped until just this moment. That alert I got on my phone was from eBay saying that the seller finally shipped it. He emailed me late last week, said, I'm sorry I couldn't get the package out, had a lot of stuff going on, I will eventually. So I shot him back an email and I said, understand your situation, I look forward to getting the case when you send it out. So I was going to give him like another week or so, but then I was getting concerned because I heard nothing back from him this week, and it's been 2 weeks since I placed my order. I already got the bill for the product, but I don't have the actual thing I ordered. So I was about ready to email him either late tonight or maybe early tomorrow saying, hey, can you get this case out within this week? Because if you don't get it out soon, I'm going to have to... Like, at that point, I would have had to get eBay involved and just go through the process there. Oh, really? Thanks, game. Because now I have to find a new lobby. But yeah, I would have had to get eBay involved by doing the normal procedure on there. You just have to say, didn't deliver package, and then they would like see I don't have it because I would get in contact with them, and then they would have to either force him to send it out, like, you know, just give him like a scare basically, because sometimes that does happen. As I hit my microphone, I had to scratch my face, so sorry about that. They would have to either give him a scare to get him to send it out, or just refund me and do whatever they had to on the seller's behalf, unfortunately. But I'm glad it didn't come to that, because I never like being the bad guy when it comes to the stuff. I don't need the case right away because I have a case that I'm storing the game in, but I kind of want to get the things I pay for. I mean, who wouldn't, right? So it kind of took way longer than it should, but I'm glad the dude just finally sent out the replacement case. So I can finally have both my Rare Replay disc and Gears of War disc on the Xbox in separate cases. Since the problem I have is, since my copies of the game came with my Xbox, they were both in the same case. They did like a funky little design for it. And while the case itself looks cool, you open it up and it's only one disc insert for 2 discs. So you have 2 discs stacked on top of each other, and that's like a no-no basically for storing discs. You always want to either have them in separate cases, or you want to have a separator so you don't scratch the discs. But for some reason, Microsoft thought of cutting that part out of a case and just putting 2 discs on top of each other and said, good enough. Like, that's not a good idea. So I found replacement cases on eBay for like a couple bucks. Which shipping included, the Rare Replay one was about $9, and I think the Gears one was about $7. So it's way less than actually buying the games again, because I was about ready to do that, just to have separate cases. But it was cheaper just to get replacements. I already have all the inserts, all the manuals, all that. I just needed the cases. Actually, no. I kind of have the inserts. I have the combo insert, which is not the same thing. The replacement case I got for Gears, along with the Rare Replay case, have the proper inserts, which I'm looking for. They don't have manuals, but then again, Rare Replay didn't come with a manual, and the Gears thing came with a download code and a thing of stickers, which I have, thanks to the copy I have that came with the system. Surprise! That would have been way better if I actually killed him. Yeah, I'm just glad that finally shipped. Man, if I didn't get an actual update on that soon, that guy would have unfortunately had to deal with some issues, because you don't do that to someone. You don't push it off and just keep him in the dark. Like, he did let me know, so I'll give him at least the benefit of the doubt there. Like, he gave me the heads up he couldn't ship it out right away, but he didn't really explain it that well. He just said he couldn't do it and will get it out eventually, which is not really a good thing. Actually, also to make matters even worse for that one, it's harder for me to deal with that because the Rare Replay case is actually coming from Puerto Rico, so it's not even coming from the States. I mean, it doesn't matter because I looked it up and the North American version is the exact same for all territories, so the Puerto Rico case is literally the same thing as what you can buy in America. So it's not going to make a difference. But you know, it already is going to take a little bit longer just because it's not coming from the same country. So having a 2-week delay in him shipping it in general, man, I'm going to get that case a month after I ordered it, which kind of sucks. Hey, we won. I was rambling so long about the dang case situation that I kind of forgot that, oh yeah, we were playing a video game. I was just kind of on autopilot there. Except for the reactions. Reactions were still paying attention. Alright, let's see. What's my final upgrade on my shirt? What do we get? Strength up? You know what? I'll take it because I don't really have any strength ups on this certain setup of mine, so that works. Listen to more Ink Me Up. Come on, play it. Since we can't have that original theme, we gotta just play it through in the waiting screens. Also, did all my teammates just hit no for playing a new match? Because this is taking longer than it should have just to get my teammates back. Yeah, the timer had to reset. I think they all said no to playing a new game. Well, I guess we're gonna have a new set of teammates. Yeah, these are new people. These weren't the same ones on my previous team. At least I don't think so. Kind of running out of water. I might give it a couple more games. I might take a small little break to get up, stretch, get a refill on water. So we'll give it, like I said, a couple more games, and I'm gonna go on break probably just for like a few minutes. I'll check my settings to make sure this time the song loops, because the last time I went on break on stream, I was gone so long the song didn't loop. So I'm gonna make sure I have that fixed this time. Another thing, actually, talk about something else on stream here. Another thing that makes me sad, this is the final Splatfest, is like this is like the one time I have a really solid set of scenes built for a Splatfest. Like I actually have a separate profile saved on OBS just for the Splatfest, and this is the final one. So I'm not going to be able to fully utilize the profile. Like this is my full stress test of it, the full use of it, and then after this it gets retired. Which is sad. So I would like to have at least one more Splatfest to use it with. I mean, I could have tried to stream the last Splatfest, but like halfway through the day, I actually kind of forgot what was going on. And by the time I played it, it was like maybe an hour left. And I played it for like 10 minutes and then had to just turn it off because it was not a good Splatfest. I played it, and every time I was just fighting my own teammates, and I had my own teammates just disconnecting from the game, so I just went and did something else at that point. It was not as fun as it should have been. Because those are the ones that I just don't like playing. The Splatfest is going to be basically me fighting my own teammates. It just kind of feels like a giant waste of time. Because by the end, you're not really getting any points for your team. It's averaging out. Your team gets both a win and a lose when you're fighting each other. So it's just a giant waste of time at that point. It discourages you. And that's all I was getting in the last Splatfest, so that's disappointing. Let me get back and use the Ink Strike, because we really need that. Especially we're getting near the last minute here. So let's cover up as much as we can over here. Oh, get back, get back, get back. Whoa, this is like the worst place to be in. If he gets close enough. Oh, good. He actually did. I was not thinking he would step literally on top of the mine. Like, even though it takes a little bit to go off, there's still enough of a heads up. Oh, crap. I didn't realize that guy was a Kraken for a moment. But the mines still have enough of a heads up for someone to actually jump out of the way of, which is the one major problem with the ink mine. So I'm surprised he just took the damage at that point. I thought that enemy there would just jump over it like they normally do. See, even without Bomb Sniffer, you would notice that thing going off. Ah, really? See, I should go buy the new weapons because I didn't realize an arrow spray now is a Kraken. Like, that's ridiculous. That's a great coverage game and also a great offense game. So, yeah, it's scary. And just launch the Ink Strike now before it's too late. As you can see over there in the distance, that's my Ink Strike. Which didn't really do a heck of a lot. I mean, at least it got us up to a 43. So it wasn't that far off. One of my thoughts on Sonic Mania? I'm definitely looking forward to that because Christian Whitehead, he's so good at making a 2D Sonic game. I love the ports of Sonic CD, Sonic 1, and Sonic 2 that he did because those games play so much better than their originals. Like, I played a lot of the Genesis Sonic games, but then once I played the Android versions of 1 and 2, man, there was a big difference. And Sonic CD, man, that's a really good port of the game because I heard the originals were very buggy, but the HD version wasn't. So I'm glad to see that Christian is actually getting to do his own 2D Sonic game in collaboration with Sonic Team. I'm really looking forward to that one, so I'll definitely play that when it launches. I'll probably end up getting it for PC, because just from the looks of things, it's going to be probably just a download-only title. So it's coming to download only on a PS4, Xbox, and PC. I'll just get the PC version, because I have probably the best setup to play a 2D game on my computer. Plus, I don't think it's going to require that much. That much to run on a system. It's a 2D Sonic game. You can't be like Mighty Number 9 and require you to have like an i5 processor, which is a very fast and demanding processor for a 2D game. Seriously, what the heck? I still can't get over that about Mighty Number 9. The system requirements for what the game really looks like makes no sense. But I'm really looking forward to Sonic Mania. Can't wait for that to come out. And in case you asked for the other game they showed, the little teaser for like this next upcoming major Sonic game of 2017, what people right now are calling Generations 2, I need to know way more about that game before I give an opinion. So far, it looks alright, but then again, we know next to nothing. We just know it will exist, and it's CG, for the trailer at least, so. Sonic Mania, they showed a lot of promising things, but to be honest, at first, because I've seen so many Sonic ROM hacks and fan games that looked like that, in that style, I thought for a second that, wait a minute, am I watching an official product, or am I watching a fan-made game? Like, that's how good the fan-made Sonic games are, to realize I can't tell the difference between the fan-made projects and the official releases. So I'm definitely looking forward to that one. I wonder when pre-orders will go live for that on Steam. I mean, I'm probably not going to pre-order if it's going to be a digital thing. I'll probably just pick it up when it comes out. But I want to see if they're going to do any like special pre-order bonus like they did with Lost World on PC. Because I had that pre-ordered for PC just because it came with All-Star Racing Transformed, even though, you know, I couldn't get the game because I had it already in my Steam library. I still just pre-ordered it just because I wanted to play that PC port of Lost World, which, to be honest, if you're going to play it, it's probably best if you get the PC version at this point, if you can run it. Just because it's the more streamlined version. Will I do like a Let's Play of Sonic Mania after release? I'll have to play around with it for a while, but it's a possibility, that's for sure. I think if anything, what I'll do with the game right away is I might do like a live stream playthrough of the game at first, like a blind playthrough, like I normally do with games. I think that's what I'll do at most when it first comes out, and then give it some time, let me practice up a bit, and then I might record it for my channel. I'll just have to play the game and see. Because I usually go through a process for trying to decide what games I record for my channel or not. Because now, after playing Mystic Makers, I can say that that is a consideration for the future. Because that game is really good, but that game needs a lot of practice before I can record it, because, man, that's a hard game. I mean, streams went okay, but if I'm going to show off everything, I'm going to need to, like, practice that game with the wazoo. Now, one thing that was really interesting about that Sonic Mania trailer is that they showed that there's like a new type of spin dash, which that's actually a really cool spin dash feature, because even fan games I've never seen something do something similar. It's kind of like how in Sonic Adventure 2 when you have the bounce bracelet, well, not Sonic Adventure 2, more like Sonic Lost World when you have the bounce attack. When you bounce, you can go immediately into a spin dash, but the thing is with that one is you have to rev up the spin dash before you can use it. But so far, it looks like in Sonic Mania, when you just like do a spin ground pound kind of maneuver, which is very similar to what you can do in Lost World, you can just immediately go into a spin dash. I really like how that looks so far. That looks like it's going to be such a useful feature in the game. So I'm really looking forward to the game. Can't wait to try it out when it comes out. It looks like yesterday when they had the demo live for people, it was a Green Hill Zone level and then like the new level they had, which is very reminiscent to like a Sonic CD level. It was like Stardust Station or something like that. I don't remember the name. So it was looking really good. I seen some footage of someone playing one of the demo levels and it looked very solid. Which really, at this point, I can't really think of anything in terms of like Sonic that Christian Whitehead worked on that wasn't really good. Like all of his stuff they worked on with the Hedgehog has been good, whether it's been his own projects or the official releases. I heard he also had like a work in progress for Sonic 3 and Knuckles to port over to Android and iOS, but he can't get the permission from Sega due to the music, which is sad since I would love to see that game get the same treatment as all the other classic Sonics, but yeah, the music situation in that one is very dicey since it used a lot of more licensed music, so to say, like the actual artists. So it's kind of hard to port that game. I mean, the PC version of the game released years ago had completely different music for a reason, which I would love to hear that soundtrack just to hear how different it was. The only version I've ever played was the Genesis version, so I don't know how it sounds on PC. To be honest, that version never got re-released, so if you want to play it, you gotta track down the original version and probably like install a copy of Windows XP to actually play the thing. I doubt that's gonna work on something like Windows 10. Now I have a hard time running Rayman 2 on Windows 10 now, because when I did my playthrough of the game like 2 years ago on my channel, I used Windows 7 and it played perfectly. Now on Windows 10, for some reason, it's always in window mode, so I can't force it to go to full screen, which is weird. And because of that, some things just feel like they're a little broken. Not in terms of gameplay, just in terms of like graphically. I don't know, I might need to like see if there's like an updated version on GOG just to see if that fixes my issues, but I don't know. Have to see. I thought for a sec I heard another ink strike going off. Like, this is an ink strike match. Which, to be fair, it actually really is. There's so many ink strikes going off. This is bad. I'm glad at least I was able to take out Andre before anything worse happened. I mean, I still got killed though, but man, I guess it's better than nothing. Seriously, that mistranslation quote is seriously still the funniest thing to come out of Mighty No. 9's release. Everyone was so salty when they first heard that because they thought Inafune said that about the game, that it's better than nothing. No, that was the translator, because he was saying his translation was better than nothing, but everyone took it out of context. So it's just hilarious to see. That game was just a mess in general. I'm waiting for it to come down in price on Steam, because I heard even that version is buggy, but it's the least buggiest version. So I'll probably just end up getting that one during like a Steam sale or something. Because I want to play it, to be honest, just to try it, but I don't want to spend 20 bucks on that garbage. Hey, at least I didn't get the Wii U version. Unlike someone else I know. I mean, you don't know until the game comes out, which kind of sucks. Because at that point, you could pre-order a game and think it's going to be probably the superior version. Then when it comes out, it plays like garbage, and you have no idea. So, you don't know any better. And now with the digital age, it makes that process even worse, because you can't really return it as easily. The only real digital retailer I've seen that really can take the returns right now is Steam. So, if you buy digital for like the Wii U, for example, since that's the version people complain about, you're kind of stuck with it. Which I also feel bad for all the backers for that reason, because when they backed the game 3 years ago and chose their versions, they didn't know that the Wii U version was going to come out being this terrible. So when they get that one 3 years later, they're kind of regretting their decision. At that point, they probably wish they got it for, like, PC or something. Alright, that was another good game. I'm actually going to go ahead and back out because I need to get a refill of my water. I'm pretty low. So I'm going to go ahead, get up for a couple minutes, stretch my legs, get a refill of my water. And when the game eventually loads, then I can actually back out and do the swap. So come on, game. Any day now. Come on. Thank you. Okay, now I can go on an intermission. So like I said, I'm going to get up for a little bit, stretch my legs, get some water. So I'll be gone for a few minutes, but when we get back, we'll continue on with some Splatfest. See if we can get that king rank, because we're pretty close. We're almost at the halfway mark. So I feel like we can do it at this rate. So stick around. We'll be back soon with some more Splatfest. And we are back. Sorry for the long little intermission there, but well, that was redundant. Long little. Yeah, that's definitely redundant. Let's get back into this. Sorry for the longer than normal intermission. When I was out getting some water, just talking about some stuff out there with the mother. So now we're back, and we are continuing on with some more Splatfest. Also, what the heck is with that name? Rich half, cute half. I think he's trying to say something about himself, but or her himself, because it's a queen, but either way, it's still a little weird, to say the least. Gotta get situated before the game begins. Because once this begins, there's no time to readjust your chair position or anything. When you're in Splatoon, you gotta get in the game, especially when it's high stakes like Splatfest. You gotta represent Team Team Marie. I was gonna say, like, nope, we can't represent that. Get that squid sister out of here. It's gotta be Team Callie all the way. Alright, so we'll put my teammate's going over to the other side, so we'll put down the ink strike over there where it landed. It's really hard to explain things while trying to concentrate. Also, I'm surprised I did kill someone with the ink strike, to be honest. Also, I just realized, because the song that I'm playing, I also realized I said at some point I need like to download the song that's playing the Splatfest, and I realized, oh wait, you dummy, you technically do have it. Because not only is it actually on the soundtrack, because it's the final boss theme, but you have it on your computer now, because you're using it for your intermission. I wasn't thinking, because I was hear like some remix parts, and I was thinking, is this a new song? No, it's not. This has been in the game since day one. So, hey, at least I corrected that in the same stream, instead of like uploading an archive via my channel on YouTube, and then having someone in the comments go, hey, you idiot, that's actually in the soundtrack. So I made that mistake plenty of times. Just the other day, I was like actually watching some parts of my Cave of Shadows bonus video of Twilight Princess. I noticed I called that area a couple times the Cave of Ordeals by force of habit, because I'm just not used to saying Cave of Shadows. I'm so used to Cave of Ordeals. Cave of Shadows is still the new thing to me, and I'm so used to the old. So yeah, I make mistakes like that all the time. I'm only human, and I have a lot more errors than most humans when it comes to speech when it looks at things. See, there's an error right there. So, yeah, at this point, if you watch me long enough, you kind of realize this by now, and hopefully maybe have a tolerance to it. If not, I'm sorry. I should get better, I know. Man, this is such a back and forth game right now. Also, that killer whale kind of made me jump a little bit in my seat because I thought it was the enemies. Thank goodness it wasn't. Alright. Well, I might get killed, but the ink strike still went off behind us. And he didn't even notice. Alright, Joe, you go wherever. I'm gonna go down here and clean up this mess. She's pretty much doing the same thing. I'll go up and he go down. Coordination. See, it's really hard to coordinate in this game, but sometimes it just works out. I barely ever use the D-pad commands actually to coordination, because since it's different for each territory, like it's come on North America, and it's like follow me or something like that in Europe, it's so hard to properly use those commands since it's different from each region. So I just don't, to be honest. I just hope my teammates just do what they need to and don't follow in a pack. I mean, a lot of times it works out that way, so sometimes I just don't really need to use coordination with the little commands in the game, which is good. I guess at this point, because we've talked about so much history with the Splatfests and just personal feelings about it, upcoming games thanks to the big reveals last night for the Sonic stream. I guess we could talk about that really quick. The actual stream itself. That's the Sonic the Hedgehog people put together. It was a train wreck. Like I tweeted out a little GIF of pretty much what I thought was going on behind the scenes. It's a picture of a monkey just slapping the buttons on a mouse, and I feel like that's pretty accurate for how the stream was put together. Because holy crap, the stream went down multiple times before it properly began. Like during their little splash screen with music, it kept on going in and out and in and out. So that was already a bad sign. And then when it properly started, the audio was so bad. Like, it sounded okay. It was coming through clear. It wasn't like compressed quality or something, but it's like they bought a $1 audio cable from the dollar store that was chewed up by a cat. It was so staticky, and it just half the time cut out. Whether it be like fully cut out or just change channels randomly like left and right. And the guy just like couldn't leave the cable alone. Yeah, you might not be able to fix the buzzing. I guess we can deal with that, even though it's annoying, but if you can't get rid of that, just leave the cable alone. I want to actually hear what's going on. Like, when they were doing that reveal for Sonic Mania, the guy was talking about the game itself. It's like, now, next, we have this big project. And then just went mute for a solid minute on stream. And we didn't hear a single thing he said until the game was actually revealed. It was just a mess. Like, seriously. Whoever put that stream together for that Sonic party, you gotta step up your game. Wow, I couldn't have timed that any worse. You just have to really step up your game, because that was just a train wreck. It's probably one of the worst streams I've actually seen in a very long time, especially when it comes from a big name like Sega. Because I think I've seen Sega do other streams like that in the past and not have nearly as many problems. But for some reason, the Sonic stream was just a mess. So I really hope next time they fix that issue. I mean, I know streaming's still kind of a complicated thing to get into because there's so many different things you have to take an account for streaming, especially when you're doing a big event like that, because you have multiple cameras to work with, multiple different audio sources, whether it be game feeds, music, different microphones. There's a lot to go through. So you gotta give them credit where credit's due for actually being able to manage that stuff, but it was barely managed on that stream, unfortunately. Which is why after the Sonic Mania reveal, besides it being like near 11 o'clock my time at that point anyways, I just had to tune out because it was just, I couldn't watch anymore. It was that bad. I would have liked to see like the proper reveal for the Sonic game at the very end for next year, but I don't even, if the stream was like that the entire time, I don't think I would be able to sit through the entire thing. I mean, hell, that's why for months, I tinkered with my stream setup, trying different things until I found what worked for me. So, you just have to keep that in mind, Sega. Fix your crap. Also, if you're going to be a big industry stream like that, like you're a business doing this, you're putting on this huge event, have someone like watch the stream when it's going on just to say what is actually happening on the stream. Because that way, if they had someone behind the scenes watching it, they could have easily told the people in charge, like, hey, there's this problem. You can try to fix this right now, please. But no, they didn't even do that. So, yeah, there's a lot of room for improvement there. Well, actually, what I was going to really talk about that wasn't more Sonic-related stream stuff, but I was actually going to talk about, like, pretty much what games I've been playing for now, because like I said, there's not really too much more to talk about with Splatfest itself, unless there's like a really interesting game going on. So it's best just to bring up whatever topics we can. So I guess I could just talk about what I've been playing so far, and really it's only mainly been like 3DS stuff because I haven't been home nearly as much. So I've just been picking up and putting down a game whenever I can, and it's been Box Boy mainly right now on 3DS because I got that during E3 week a couple weeks ago. Because the game was like $250 or something like that on the eShop because they were discounting it for their big sale then, and also because Box Boy, its sequel, was coming out in a couple weeks. So I picked it up because I heard it was a pretty good puzzle game made by HAL, the same people who make Kirby. It actually is really good. Like, for a $5 game, it has a lot of content to it, to be honest. Like, I heard it's 17 worlds, and I think like an additional 4 or something like that after you beat the main game, which is a lot. I think that's the number. It might be more than that, or might be less. I'm not sure. But then, like I said, that's a $5 game, and there's that much content to it. Like, that's pretty dang good. A good value for your buck. Especially for me, because I bought it at the discounted price at the time. So, that's really good. I'm on World 16 now, so I'm guessing I'm, like, right at the tail end of the main game. So I'll probably be playing those bonus maps soon enough. And it's a good puzzle game. I really do enjoy it. So if you have a 3DS and you haven't tried it out, I recommend giving it a shot. I think there's a demo of either the first game, the second game, or both up on the eShop. So definitely try out a demo if you're skeptical. I just picked it up on a whim. These are good things, and I'm glad I did. I'll probably end up picking up the sequel Box Boy at some point after I beat the first game. Because I'll probably end up wanting to play through that as well. So I'll probably do that here within the next couple weeks, probably. Hey, no, bad. But in terms of like this month, like for me, my spending is pretty much done because spending for me this past summer in general has been, you know, really bad for my wallet basically because there's so many different sales and promotions going on. So I just been taking advantage of that as I can. But you know, that kind of drains your wallet fast. So. Like the last big purchase I made was another hard drive for my PlayStation 3. It filled up again, so I had to just debate either am I gonna just try to do another juggle routine like I did years ago with a 320 gig hard drive, or am I just gonna find a new hard drive to put in there and just end up spending the like 60 plus bucks on it, and that's what I just ended up doing. Got like a 1.5 terabyte drive, gonna install that in the system and just download a bunch of the stuff I had to delete to make space just so I can get that back up and running again. Because I got a couple of download games I just picked up from this last flash sale, but I can't download them because my system's full. Like one of the ones I actually wanted to try out and play is R-Type Dimensions, which is a re-release of R-Types 1 and 2. Because I played a lot of R-Type 1 on the Game Boy years ago, so I want to play that. I want to see just how the game has aged. I haven't played R-Type in years, so I can't download that because my system's full. Even if it's like a couple gigs, I still can't get it. So, yeah. It'd be nice to put that 150 in the new system here, or the old system at this point, and make it feel new again. Now I'll probably end up using the 1 terabyte drive from that system on my Xbox One, because that thing has like 140 gigs left at Xbox. Dear God. It just takes up so much space from your games. The one thing I really wish is that the disk-based 360 games didn't need to be downloads, because that is a lot more space that is just unnecessary at that point. But what are you going to do at this point, right? There's nothing we can really do to change it. I mean, it wouldn't matter to me too much, because for 360, the only 2 games I own on disc is the first Assassin's Creed and then Halo Reach. Everything else is a download title thanks to either a promotion, Xbox Live Gold, or a sale. So, it wouldn't matter too much, but yeah, I just wish some games on the system weren't like 20 plus gigs each. I think the worst offender is the Master Chief Collection, because that's like over 80 gigabytes. That's insane. That's almost a tenth of my system right there. I mean, at this rate, I don't see myself picking up too many more games on the Xbox, to be honest, if they're not 360 games at this point. Cause there's some 360 titles I want to pick up. Because at this point, the only ones I'm looking at for the system that I don't own is Halo Reach. Fallout 4, I figured I was going to pick up on that system just to give it one more use, and 2, my PC. It needs to get a good upgrade before it can like run that game at like a really smooth frame rate. So I'm like, just get the console version to make it a tiny bit easier. Then Cuphead is the only one that comes to mind, but that's not even out yet. I don't even know when that's going to be out. I was hoping they were going to talk about that more at E3, but they showed like a little bit more of the game from what I've seen, and then that was about it. There's no like release date or anything, which is disappointing because that was supposed to come out 2016, and it's still supposed to come out 2016, but when? Is it going to be either in the fall, summer, winter, like what? Is it going to come out before the end of the year at this rate, please? I'd love that to happen. It's coming to both Xbox and PC, but I'll probably just end up getting the Xbox version just so I can play on my Xbox system. Like, at this point, I just want to get the games on that system if I can. They run pretty much as soon as they will on the computer, just to give it some use. Because I haven't been using my Xbox nearly as much as I should. I've been playing as of late because of Batman Arkham Knight, but the last time I played that game, I think was before E3 started, or it was like a couple days after it ended. So yeah, I kind of need to get back to that. At least it's been getting used for something. I also heard that they're supposed to be coming out with a Game of the Year version of Arkham Knight now, so if you haven't picked up the title, it looks like it's a good thing you haven't, since it'll be a lot easier to get the entire game now. I mean, at this point, it's usually just best to wait for Game of the Years unless you're gonna actually play it right away. I mean, I got my copy of Arkham Knight when I did just because I was wanting to play it right away. I wanted to play it ever since it came out, but I couldn't because the PC version, besides being pulled, was just a mess. So, I just want to play it. And it's good. It actually is a really good game, but it does have some issues. Like, I do have some issues with the driving in the game and the Batmobile. Like, it just doesn't feel as fluid as it should be at times. Like, sometimes feels a little stiff when you're driving around, especially at high speeds. So, I would like that to be a little more fine-tuned, but a lot of the other stuff I'm playing so far in the game has been pretty fun. I've been liking a lot of the side missions in the game. I mean, to be honest, I actually wish I had a PlayStation 4 more than an Xbox One, because apparently it runs a little bit better on PlayStation, plus it has some better costumes for the DLC, like the Adam West costume, but I think it's like Adam West. It's one of like the cartoon Batman costumes from what I've seen. So I would like to have that version instead, but you know, without a PlayStation 4, it's kind of impossible. I mean, if I end up picking up a PS4 in the future, I'd probably end up getting it for that, because when it comes to owning that system, it's not maybe, it's an eventually thing. At this point, I'm probably just gonna hold off until they release the new version of it, the PS4 Neo, which no idea when that's supposed to come out, but an original rumor said sometime around the VR release, which I could believe. Also, that must have been a laggy bomb because nothing happened, but a trail appeared. That's weird. I think we won this, like, by a landslide. Because they're in danger. A good chunk of the map is purple, so it should be good. Oh, yeah. Not even a contest. About a 20% difference right there. If you want to be exact, it's like a 19.8, but who's counting? Oh yeah, at this rate, I think we'll definitely be able to make it to King. As long as we don't have too many losses, we could probably do this within an hour span. I can see that happening, so if I can do that, definitely be glad to do that on stream. And that'd be the best way to end the Splatfest. Because I am glad I was able to stream a couple of these events. I wish I would have been able to stream more, but sometimes it was either I was busy that day, so I wasn't able to. I wasn't as interested in Splatfest, I played a couple minutes and that was it. Or just a matter of it didn't work out due to the day it fell on. Like the first Splatfest I was going to stream, that Cats vs. Dog one, didn't work because it was on July 4th. So like no one was around. Great day to have it on, right? Which was bad because originally it was supposed to be on like a June something. I don't remember the actual date, but it was supposed to be in June, but it got pushed back a couple weeks due to server problems. And of course, they had to put an American holiday, thinking that'd be a great idea. Let's put this video game event on the day where people are not going to be home, since it's one of the busiest times of the year for travel. I'm surprised Splatfest did as good as it actually did back then, just for that reason. Like, it was not a good idea to put the first Splatfest on a day that was also a holiday. Never a good idea. Yeah, I did stream a good amount of them. I can't remember all of them off the top of my head, so I'll have to take a look at the archives just to make sure. But, you know, I was streaming 5 of them in total. That's still pretty good, because there was a lot of Splatfests. There was at least one a month, if not more than that at times, which was my major complaint when they first started. Like, the first few, I didn't mind that they were so close to each other, like about a 2 or so week gap apart. Which at first I didn't mind, just because I still really enjoyed the game at that point. I'm still on the Splatoon high, so I still played a lot. But as time went on, as I started to play the game less, and I saw that they were still doing it as frequently, like a twice a month thing, it got a little ridiculous, especially at that point, since that was before the August update went live for people to actually play together proper. And even after the update went live, it was still kind of annoying because you can only play in private games with friends. You couldn't do ranked mode at all, and you still can't do ranked mode in Splatfest, which does make sense because they want you to play the event. But if you don't want to play this mode and you just want to play ranked with your friends or something, you're kind of out of luck unless you go into a private lobby, which doesn't get you any points or experience. So that was like the one major complaint that I had, to be honest, and it never really addressed it. But yeah, it's not too big of a deal because at that point, when people were online playing Splatoon, they were just playing the Splatfest anyways. They weren't playing friend matches, so it didn't really matter in the end. So can I kill him before he kills me? That's definitely no. As a whole, I did really enjoy having this kind of a event happen because it gave you more of an incentive to play the game, especially the main mode of the game, which was Turf War. So I'm glad that they did something like this to get people more involved and also got them interacting with each other more because you got team rivalry here going on. So that sparks a lot more conversation both in social media and also on Miiverse, which is their own social media. So that's another thing I'm going to miss, all the funny Miiverse posts related to the different Splatfests. I think still some of my favorite Miiverse posts were when the first Splatfest was going to happen. Excuse me there. When the first Splatfest was going on, there was a lot of cat dog memes going on for the cats versus dog, and it was so good to see that because I'm a big fan of cat dog. I mean, it was an alright show growing up, but I got some nostalgia for it. So when I seen all the cat dog memes going on Miiverse for the event, that just made my day. We won't be able to see any more of that, unfortunately, but, you know, it was good while it lasted, just for that reason. Let me change up the music again. We'll play some more of the standard theme. Alright, I think at this point, whenever I'm just in the lobby, if I'm not listening to the main theme for the stream, we'll just listen to the Splatfest's normal theme, the Ink Me Up. So, why not? It's the last real time we'll be able to hear it for this event, so just enjoy it while it lasts, basically. My team has a good amount of power. I mean, I've never really seen that power meter go over, like, I think 1450 at the most. I haven't really seen it personally. I know it can, but I just haven't really seen it because there's a lot of trading between winning and losing for your teams, so I've never seen my team actually be able to hold it for that long. Even when we had a good win streak, it's still kind of hard to keep that score. Alright, let's just launch. Let's go around the center. Really now? Alright, we're jumping back at the base because it's literally right here behind us. I don't know why the guy was going in and out of a squid form right here at the base. That doesn't do anything, but whatever floats his boat. There you go. Lee Jr. didn't really capitalize on slowing down my teammate, so good to take advantage of that. Oh, we got a lagger here. He's teleporting. That's always the worst. If you see someone just jump around like that, it's just so terrible to deal with. That's why I'm always playing on a wired connection. Like when it comes to internet, I pretty much just make sure I'm always wired up if I can do it because I've always had like very bad experience with a wireless connection. And not in terms of like the speed. I mean, sometimes I've had some problems with speed, but my major problem has usually been stability, especially with the router we're using here, because right now in my household we're using a combo modem router setup that Comcast gives out to customers because, you know, it works basically. It's a good cheap solution to get some decent Wi-Fi. I would love to have something better and more reliable, but you know, whatever works, especially if you're on a budget, this kind of stuff is good. And to be honest, I don't really use the wireless feature on this thing as much because I'm always playing my games on a wire connection. I always have my systems hardwired into the modem. My computer's obviously hardwired in because there's no way this thing can get a wireless connection. It doesn't have a wireless card in it. Really, the only stuff I use wireless on is my PlayStation TV just to download things, my laptop, and cell phone just to do stuff there, and then 3DS, and that's it. And 3DS I barely use online unless I'm downloading a game or the occasional play something online. Like just the other day, I think it was my first time outside of like playing Smash Bros. Online actually playing a 3DS game online. So, and that just shows how often I actually use that thing's online capability outside of just checking the store. Or maybe loading up Miiverse for like a screenshot I'm wanting to save. I'm so surprised I didn't die. I was about ready to launch my Ink Strike too. I think they might have just barely took this back. Oh, this is gonna be super close because it's so half and half right now. I mean, there's a lot more green from what I'm seeing here on the map, but in terms of score, I don't know. Oh, wow. That was actually much closer than I thought then, because it looks like the green is more prominent than the purple, so it looks like the other team would have won, but nah, Team Callie pulled through. But yeah, actually going back to what I was saying before, but the internet thing, cause I kind of lost my train of thought there. I'm always playing stuff on a hardwire because I've always had problems when I'm ever doing something wirelessly. My connection just randomly drops, not in terms of staying connected, more in terms of its reliability. Like this router we're using, sometimes I can have like a pretty solid 50 megabits per second download, which isn't what I get with hardwire in, because on my desktop I can get almost 90, so I don't know what's going on there. But sometimes I can have like a 50 megabit download on a wireless connection. Other times I'll have like a 2, and I have no idea why it does that. Sometimes the wireless on this thing just craps itself, and I have no easy way of fixing that. So I would like to have a better router someday just to fix these problems, but since I don't use a router all too much anymore, I just don't really care that we're using the included one with our internet provider. I just deal with it and then hardwire everything else that's actually really important into the actual system. So it works out in that regard. Like, it works out that the room that I'm in, it has all the connections needed to have the internet here. So I could just literally put my tower in here for just doing everything I'm going to do normally on a computer. Just have my desktop in this room, hardwire it up to the modem, and then same for all my game consoles. I just hardwire them all up and I'm good to go. Every single Ethernet port in the back of this thing is filled because I have it hooked up to all my systems. Right now it's currently my computer, Wii U, PlayStation 3, and Xbox One. And if I get any more systems in the mix I need to add more ports to, I'll probably just end up buying like a HDMI switcher or something. Or not HDMI switcher. No, I recently bought one of those for my console setup, but Ethernet switcher or hub or something. Because I would need more ports at that point. Because if I'm going to seriously play the systems online, I'm going to make sure that they're hardwired in. If it's something like the PlayStation TV where I'm more or less just going online for downloads, I don't mind having a wireless. It might take longer, but to be honest, I don't use it that often, so I can deal with the extra time for downloading things, just so I can free up ports. Because getting down there and changing up your Ethernet cords all the time, it's kind of a mess. That's why I had to buy the HDMI switcher I'm currently using now for my systems, because I had to do that for all my HDMI systems due to how my setup is for recording and streaming them. I was getting tired of that, so I just ended up buying a 5-port HDMI switcher for like 30 bucks, and it was like one of the best investments I've made in a good long time. This thing has been really, really nice. They're currently all full just because of the current setup I have now for the PlayStation, because I had to have that on for the past 2 days backing it up. So I just took an extra HDMI cord and hooked it up to the switcher for that, but normally it only has 4 cords in there, but if I get any more HDMI sourced consoles, I'm gonna have to probably keep that in mind that, yeah, it's full. I can not add anything else to it. I can only have one more system in my setup before I'm back to square one. Probably this way, the next thing I might have to get is a component switcher for that reason, because at this point I have the Wii, the PlayStation 2, and soon-to-be PSP outputting in a component source. But to be honest, I mainly only use the Wii in that setup. PlayStation 2 barely gets used, and I also have that hooked up via the component cable that the Light Gamer Portable came with for capture purposes. And then my PSP, I'll probably use that once in a while for the component, because I ordered that a couple days ago because I was playing Parappa the Rapper actually on the PSP, and I was having a lot of issues trying to play that game on my computer monitor because I use a software called Remote Droid Lite to play my games on the big screen using the PSP. It's also a really great way to record them because it's like lossless quality from the system. It looks fantastic. It zooms in the games so it actually looks in their proper resolution, aspect ratio, and all that. But the problem is, I think it's like a half a second delay between what's going on screen and what you're actually doing. So when I was playing Parappa the Rapper, because it's a rhythm game, I was missing so many of the notes. And it's because it was that half a second delay. That half a second, that's all it takes. So I just ended up getting the component cables so I can fix that problem with a lot of games. I could just plug in the component cables to my television directly, have a lot less of an input delay there, and then just go from there. So that'd be a lot better, to be honest. They should be coming in the next few days, actually, because I ordered those the same time I did my hard drive replacement, and that's supposed to come in Monday. So I might be getting my cables in the next, like, 2 days. Hopefully I do. Funny enough, one of the things I actually heard is, like, the best about the PSP in terms of outputting with that setup is if you set to interlace mode for output, and you load up a PlayStation 1 game, apparently it plays in their original resolution, 240p. So I heard, like, outputting the games in 240p via component cables on a television, as long as it supports 240p, looks amazing. So I'm definitely going to be trying that out with my my CRT I just recently got that has component output, or component input, sorry. So I'm definitely going to try it out, because when I hooked up my Wii via component on that system, oh man, it looked really good. I mean, I'm not going to use my Wii on there because it doesn't support 480p, which is the output I actually use on my Wii. And plus, to be honest, 480p via component on a newer HD TV still looks really good and vibrant, so I'm not really missing out too much there. I'm definitely going to try playing my PS1 games on the PSP using the 240p output. I just want to see how that looks. To be honest, I actually kind of wish I had a PSP Go now for that reason, because I heard the PSP Go can actually sync up with like a DualShock 3, and you can use that not only to play your PSP games that way, but also your PS1 games in that setup. And man, I heard that's a really good micro console setup. So I might end up, if I find a PSP Go for a good price, I'll probably just end up picking it up for that reason alone, because that sounds really cool. I mean, to be honest, if I got a PSP Go, I'll probably do the same thing that I did with my PSP 3000 I have, or 3001 to be more exact. I'd probably do the same thing I did with that and just mod it, because it's super easy to soft mod a PSP. All you have to do is just make sure you get the right file for your firmware. That guy's got a squid back. Come on, man. But you just got to get the right software for your firmware, install that, and then you can just do whatever you want on PSP. Which I had to do for Remote Droid Lite, so I'd end up doing the same thing on the Go if I ended up picking one of those up. because to be honest, as an actual portable system, the PSP Go just looks like the most uncomfortable thing, because it looks kind of small, and then like the placement of some of its plastic looks like it could dig in your hands after a while, which I'm not a fan of. But in terms of playing it as like an actual micro console, it seems to be a best solution just because of that DualShock 3 support. So I'm interested now after hearing that. I thought originally its Bluetooth was only very good for like Bluetooth headsets, not for like a controller. It's a really cool feature. I'm still very happy with my PSP 3000 because that can at least play UMDs. The PSP Go has no way of doing that, so all my UMD-based games I would have to mod my system in order to play, because there's no way to actually do that natively. Which, to be fair, at this point, I have backed up all of my UMD-based games onto a memory stick anyways, not only to actually record them with Remote Joy Lite, because for some reason you can't use UMD-based games and Remote Joy Lite at the same time, it just crashes. It's weird, but besides that, I actually rip all my games on the system just, for backup purposes. It's more convenient when I'm out and about just to load it up on my memory stick instead of having to sort through the games. And plus, optical media on the go, it's always the worst because it skips and it's very unreliable because sometimes it might not load. So I just like having backups. Well, it looks like one more victory and that could be it. Then we could be up to being a Callie King, which actually sounds really weird out of context because, like, what? You're a king of a person? So, yeah, out of context, that doesn't really sound right, but we're almost there. One more win, and we got it. 2 more losses, and we should be pretty much close there, too. Actually, let me see. Oh, no, yeah, 2 more losses will be there, too. So, either way, the next 2 games, these are it. This could either be my final game, or it could be the next game. It all depends on if we win this one or if we lose it. And just a forewarning, once I get to the king rank, I'm done, because we've been going for like 2.5 hours, but if I actually want to count real playing time, since I went on break for like 10 or so minutes, something like that. We've been playing the mode for about 2 hours, so it'd be a good long stream at that point. And to be honest, I made it up to this rank way faster than I thought I would, because when I try to go for the king rank in a Splatfest, it usually takes me like 5 or 6 hours. This one didn't take me nearly as long. I think it only took me maybe 4 at the most. So that's pretty good. I mean, that was way underestimated for me. Let's clamp some of this mess around the base and get this ready to go here. Come on. No one blindside me. There we go. That's what I was hoping for. Hoping to get a good comeback kill. I just want to be able to fill up my egg strike as fast as I can here and use it immediately. Well, I splatted a period. Sometimes I kind of question what's with the naming choices that people use online when it comes to the Wii or 3DS, because like that one just doesn't really make much sense. I don't know what you're trying to say or not say at that point, so yeah, I would kind of like to know the reasoning. Oh, there's definitely someone down there. Probably gonna come up here soon. Well, they definitely moved. So I'll take this opportunity to use my ink strike. Oh, this is bad. Get out of here. It was funny. The timing that I was getting piled up by 2 Marine members, my computer fan started to roar harder. So like, oh man, now you know it's getting serious. I'm getting ganged up on, and my computer's speeding up in fan speed. That's when you know it's serious. I can hear my computer's fans sometimes speed up when I'm streaming. It's just because I'm streaming on a higher profile than what the softwares normally recommend. I'm on a faster preset just to make things a little bit better looking for lower bit rates. It works, and my computer CPU can easily take it. It's only like at 30% at the most when I'm streaming like this, but yeah, I sometimes see the fans kick in once in a while like that. Here we go. This could be it. I'm gonna get my ink strike ready. Don't get killed by the zapper. I was gonna say, I can easily just kill the zapper, get extra points from that, and then use the ink strike to guarantee the victory. But now, I have no idea. We might have won. We might have lost. I have no clue. It looks super close. Oh man, that 1%. We did it. We became a Callie king. We're the king of the Callies. Which I guess in this point we're just ruling one individual because there's only one Callie. We've done it. We've made it to the max ranking. So that's it. That's all we can do. I'm gonna go ahead and back out because at this point, we're done. There's nothing else we can do. And it's a sad day to say, hey, look at that, 1510. I earlier said in the stream, I never seen the team power go over a certain number, and there it is, over that certain number. Made it to the 1500 mark. But let's do what we always do at the end of a Splatfest, and just take a look around the Miiverse. This is our last time to get to do so for this event. So let's just go ahead and take a look here in front of us first and work our way backwards. We got Callie the Queen, Team Marie, which is generic stuff. Let's see the back of the trucks. I couldn't tell for a second that was Marie. I don't even know what that was at first. To be fair, it's kind of hard to draw on a touch screen, so you gotta give him benefit of the doubt there. That's a good drawing. I seen earlier that there was like a drawing like "Make Splatfest Great Again" or something like that. It was like a Trump reference. It was a pretty good post, to be honest. If I can find it again, I'd love to show it off. Yeah, I agree with that post. Why must the Splatfest end? I wish it would last for longer. Because really, this event was great. I'm very sad to see it go. But, yeah, all great things must come to an end at some point. Just, you know, sad to see. Actually, in final time, let's look at the NPCs here, too. Besides the dancing people in Ingopolis, you also got your interactable NPCs here. Like Spike back there doing his little dance, and you also got a pole apparently. Let me move over here. Got the old man from the single player just tapping his fingers along to the music, and you also got Judd here doing his little dance. I always like that. Nice little touch of charm. These guys I can't really do much with. I mean, I could order some of their gear if I wanted to, but that's about it. They don't really say anything. Especially that guy there, the dot guy. Why don't you ever talk to me? Let's go ahead and talk to Judd here real quick. He's giving us some advice. That's the one thing that they changed that I didn't like as much, because during the Splatfest, because you're getting that team power, that pretty much took away your win power-up thing that you can get, like to get extra points. They took that away in terms to put the team power thing there, which is unfortunate because during the Splatfest, that's usually when I got a good streak of wins. So at that point, I just used the Splatfest to get the most money out of playing Splatoon. Which is, like I said, it's sad to see if they changed that at some point, but you know, what are you gonna do? And I didn't find the post I was actually looking for. Like I said, I was hoping to find that "Make Splatfest Great Again" thing, because that was a good post, but yeah, I haven't seen it anywhere. I don't think any of these are it. These are all pretty much the posts we were seeing already from the other Inkopolis members, so yep. This is it. It's very sad to see it go. I'm gonna miss you, Splatfest. You were a great time. I'm sad to see it was only 1 year, but hey, it was a really good year. I will give it that. So, thanks to everyone who came out to the Splatfest streams in general, not just this one, because it's been a great time. There will be a highlight of this going up on my YouTube channel, so this will be archived there. So, in total, I have streamed 5 Splatfests in total, including this one. So, just for reference sake, let's just go ahead and take a look back at not only the ones that I streamed, but just the other Splatfests in general. So, let me go ahead and load up a list. Okay, here we go. Well, that's their official site. Well, that doesn't help. I want the ones that, you know, the wiki, the ones that actually lists everything. Okay, here we go. So, I'm only going to list the ones for North America, because there's so many. So, we had Cats vs. Dogs as the first one. Then we had Roller Coasters versus Water Slides, which that was one I streamed. Marshmallows versus Hot Dogs. Autobots versus Decepticons, which I really like that theme. That was a good one. We had Arts versus Science. Cars versus Planes, which Cars Planes I actually did stream. Pirates versus Ninjas. Burgers versus Pizza, which again I did stream that one. Naughty versus Nice for Christmas. Past versus Future. Pokemon Red versus Pokemon Blue for the 20th anniversary, and I did stream that one. That was the last one I streamed. We have Snowman versus Sandcastle. SpongeBob versus Patrick, another really cool themed Splatfest, which really made a lot of sense for Splatoon, especially when the game first came out. There was a lot of SpongeBob posts on Miiverse, so that was a really good choice to have that theme in particular for Splatfest. Then you had the Fancy Party versus Costume Party. Yeah, I'm reading that right. Fancy Party versus Costume Party, because that was based off of Miitomo at the time. They want to just kind of integrate some of that in the game since it just launched at the point, so that was that theme. Then you had Early Bird versus Night Owl. That was the last one. And then the final Splatfest to end them all. Team Callie versus Team Marie. All in all, I say we had some pretty solid themes. We had some questionable ones. Like, there was some you can obviously tell, like, what team is going to have more people on it, like Marshmallow versus Hot Dog. That was pretty obvious at the time, just Marshmallow. Then you also have, like, I'm trying to see another one that was kind of, well, Early Bird versus Night Owl, which was the last one before this. That was kind of obvious, which was kind of unfortunate. And yeah, there was a couple of them that was more or less one-sided, but a lot of times it was pretty back and forth. Very good sportsmanship from all the Splatoon players, and it was just a lot of fun as a whole. So I'm sad to see the event go. I would love to see this stick around for a lot longer than it did, but I'm glad they ended like this, giving us 2 days to play the event. I'm sad to only say I can play just tonight's, but I made the king, so it worked out for me. But it was a 2-day event, so okay, more people to play, and also it was the theme that just to end all the themes for the Splatfest. The two main characters that you see when you first turn on Splatoon, Callie versus Marie. There's no better way to end a Splatfest than to have those two as the theme, so I'm glad I was able to play these. I was glad I was able to stream them. I didn't miss a single Splatfest, funny enough. I played every single one. No matter how long it was, I still played them, so I can say that at least. So, thank you to everyone who came out to watching the Splatfest streams. This is going to be, unfortunately, the final one since the event is over, but that doesn't mean I'm done streaming Splatoon. I'll probably end up streaming more Splatoon at some point in the future, because it's still a fun game to play, whether it be by yourself or with friends, so it makes a good stream game still, and I'll still end up doing that. But in terms of Splatfest, this is it. So, thank you to everyone who came out to the stream. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you want to see other Splatfests, go ahead and check out my YouTube channel, because I have posted some of the older ones, like I mentioned earlier, on my channel. So you still can see the events, but unfortunately at this point, we won't be able to play anymore after today, which is very sad. But I still enjoyed my time with the event, and hopefully they make a Splatoon 2 sequel on the NX and bring back the Splatfest. I would love to see that. Thank you to everyone who came out to the stream, and with that, have a good night, everybody. I'm signing out for the night. I'll see you guys next time.